This is my best-selling black and white landscape photo ever. And this is the second part that I've done on it, as I've kind of gone back to these spots where I took some of my favorite photos and reshot them. We're planning to move out of this area. I live north of Burlington. I lived in Burlington when I originally shot this, and we're planning to move away. So I kind of wanted to go back to some of my old haunts. And this is at Rattlesnake Point. So this was my best-selling photograph. I would say when I was doing like art in the park type things, this was originally shot on 8x10. If you were to buy a fiber-based print, I would say, I think I sold them for $800 for a 16x20 framed, matted framed archival. You know, it's a nice print. It was a nice photograph. And if you could get $800 for it, you'd be kind of happy. Did I sell tons of them? No, but this was the best seller. So I'm going back to these. I don't have an 8x10 camera anymore. I can't even really print these old negs anymore because I don't have an 8x10 enlarger anymore. Everything now is with the Hasselblad. So I went back and I reshot this. I talked about this a few weeks ago, kind of on one of the rolls. I did 3 rolls in total. I did 2 rolls of Kentmere 200 and 1 roll of Ilford Pan F. So let me talk about the Pan F first. Now, the original routes, this was an area where I used to rock climb, and it's right on the edge of the escarpment. These are kind of the ancient cedars, they call them. I think it's a cedar, but that's what they call them anyways. Apparently these trees are, 1,000 years old. And because they're right on the edge of the cliffs, they were never cut down for timber. Anyhow, so I go back there with my Hasselblad. I started shooting with the 50, and I did a few frames, which is what I talked about the first time. And now I'm on my second roll of film. This is the roll of Pan F, and I'm trying different lenses. So I have a 50, I have a 120. That's a big gap, actually. And then I have like a 180 and a 250. So now I'm using the Pan F at ISO 32, and I'm at f16 at 1 second. So I originally was shooting with the 50, and then I tried the 120 as well. The 120 is actually a macro lens. Now, with Pan F, that's ISO 50 box speed. I shoot it at 32, which gives you a dense negative, and then I under-process it to try to keep the highlights in control. Now, I generally use ID11 as my developer, and I would say I'm probably processing whatever the box speed development time is. I'm probably at 70% of that. So I'm cutting down the development time to keep the highlights in control. I can always add contrast when I print it with the multigrade paper. So a couple of different angles. Now, with these prints, I've got kind of like the first print here, and then the second print, I've burned it in a bit. And the problem with this location is any of the trees that are on the edge of the escarpment get way more light. So it's not a bright area inside, but on the edge it is brighter because the sun is kind of there. And I wouldn't photograph this at all on a sunny day. You need an overcast day. Otherwise you'd have like these splotches of sunlight coming through and be 20 stops difference, and it'd just be a nightmare. So this is the first of a couple of shots with the Pan F. Again, I'm concentrating on the roots. I've moved the camera back a bit, and I'm trying to shoot with the 120, so I'm not just shooting with the wide angle. Does it work? It's a successful photograph. I'm not convinced it's as good as the original one that I shot with the 8x10, to be honest. But with the Pan F and the longer lens, I've backed off a bit. That's given me a narrower angle of view, which helps me to control what's going on in the background. You can kind of keep the roots the same, but it's the background part that you're adjusting as you narrow the angle of view with that lens. I shot 1 roll of Pan F, as I said, and I shot it at ISO 32. And there were 2 frames that I thought were worth printing. So printed both of those. You needed to burn a bit on the edges. You needed to burn the part at the edge of the escarpment. Maybe a little bit of a dodge in that black hole where the root is. Pretty straight prints. worked out okay. Now the third and final roll was again another roll of Kentmere 200. So I'm still playing in the area, trying different lenses. Kentmere 200, I expose it as ISO 125. So instead of 200, I use it as 125. Again, it's developed in ID11 and probably at 70% to try to keep the highlights in, something like that, be in that area for sure. I mix my ID11 1:1 and as I said, cut back on the development time. And with this second roll of Kentmere 200, again, I'm moving around a bit. I'm trying to work the angle. The light is. I was there for an hour and a half. The light changed a bit. I kind of found my favorite spot. Then the light changed, so I ended up after shooting some different spots, I came back to it. It's a great spot. It's a relaxing day. The birds are chirping. You're out there enjoying your camera gear. You're out there enjoying yourself. It's a pretty positive experience, to be honest. I might even go back. Again, I think there's still a better shot there that I could possibly get. And you know what? Even if you don't, it's just such an enjoyable day. You're going to come up with something that you're going to like. You might not love it, but something that you're going to like. So you go there with great camera gear, the knowledge that you're going to come up with something. You try your favorite film, maybe you also try a new film, and you just enjoy it. None of my photography is assignment work anymore. It's all for the love of photography, the joy of photography. Going out, taking a great camera, bringing a thermos of coffee, sitting there, pondering, taking a shot, making some adjustments. I mean, it was great to shoot on an 8x10 originally, because with 8x10 you can sit there and look at it and try to envision it. It's similar on the Hasselblad. You sit there and you look at it and you move around and you try something else and the light changes. It's just a great photographic experience. As I mentioned, I shot 3 rolls when I went back and redid this photograph. And out of those 3 rolls, this is my favorite shot. This is the one I think is the most successful. So it's, from the first roll that I talked about, dodging a bit in the root, burning in the corners, burning in everything on the right, trying to get as much detail as I can. This is my favorite shot from this redo of my best-selling photo from years ago. Quite happy with it.